Okay, after doing my review of the 2011 rail and talking about how I had to fix it, made me think about being able to fix your gun and taking care of your stuff. And this is like the 8th time I've done this video for various reasons. The last time I was dumb enough not to click record. But anyway, every player should know how to take care of their gun. They should know how their gun works, how the valve system inside works, how your solenoid system works, how to take it all apart, how your reg works, possibly how the reg on your tank works, but more importantly, how this thing works, because this thing will get you in more trouble faster than the tank will. But knowing that you should know how to take care of all your gear, and you should also be able to have a little bit of a toolbox with you. Now, I'm not saying you need to have this giant tackle box full of stuff, kind of like what I have. Usually when I go out, I carry this, but I also have to take care of my gun and a couple other people's. It's just how things end up going when you kind of know gun tech around the field. But having a box about this big can hold all your parts and anything extra you want to drag out with you. These are all full of assorted parts, but you can fit a lot in one if you really try. But what every player should have is just like a little tackle box or something like that. They're cheap for like $3 or $4. You pick them up at Walmart. You can get them anything down from this small up to like that giant thing, or you can get a full-size tackle box. If you're getting a full-size tackle box, chances are you already have half this stuff, so this probably doesn't apply to you. But what every player should have is a full set of Allen keys for the gun. If you're shooting autocockers and, things like protos, Planet Eclipse guns, stuff that, that's really American, you can get away with just English Allen keys. If you're shooting them cheaper guns and spiders, you're going to want to have metric and English, because there's going to be weird sizes on there that English isn't going to fit. You could also get a couple Allen keys that you already have, go around, check every single screw on the gun, and find out what Allen keys you need, take them, throw them in your little gearbox. You should also have lube and oil. I carry both all the time. You stick the oil, lube's great for the bolts and everything like that. Oil, just a drop or two in the ASA will help keep the reg nice, and will hopefully push a little bit through into the solenoid and keep the solenoid running great, which is really all this gun real needed. But you should have all kinds of stuff like that. You should also have O-rings. If you've got a spool valve gun and you know you have those O-rings on the valve that are very high wear, have a couple extra lying around. They will wear out on you, and this thing will start leaking, and they'll just make all kinds of noises. So also, you should, if you can, a full rebuild kit on O-rings is never a bad idea, because you also will have sizes in there that will fit other things. Your tank O-rings can actually fit a lot of other things, like usually your bolt O-ring and like the one right on the tip of your bolt, and if you're using spider guns, all down your bolt will fit on the tank, and sometimes so will the striker one. So tank O-rings are always good to have as well. Should have extra batteries. You got AA's in the hopper, 9-volt in the gun. Have at least enough for at least 2 changeouts. I always carry at least 2 9-volts with me, and depending on how long it's been, I will carry in 2 sets of batteries for the hopper, but usually I'll just carry an extra 6 AA's. You should have a screwdriver, a flathead, and a Phillips. The Phillips will allow you to get apart the board or any smaller parts on the gun in case you really have to do surgery on the field, God forbid. But if you go out to scenario games, you should really make sure that you have all this gear, because you're either going to wait 2.5 hours for the one guy there who takes care of guns to fix the 20 people in front of you, or you're going to have to use a rental or just figure it out yourself. And I'm the figure it out yourself guy, because I'd rather play with my gun than a BT4 or an old Tippmann 98 or even a ProLite, the field I've been at, that's been drugged through the mud, muck, and full of God knows what. I went out to play one time with one friend. He got a rental. It was a ProLite carbine. I'm not sure how the gun fired. I think it was an active God, but I'm still not quite sure. He hasn't gotten back to me on that yet. But you should, like I said, you should have a Phillips and a flathead screwdriver. The flathead screwdriver can help pry stuff apart and can be used as a bit of an O-ring pick. What does work good as an O-ring pick is if you do have like little pocket knives and stuff like this. Some of them will have like a really small screwdriver on there, like this one, very thin at the end, so you can get underneath the O-rings. You got a pair of tweezers or 2. But they'll also have like this. I guess that's for picking stuff out from underneath your nails. That's all I use it for anyway. But it also will pull O-rings out. So something like this is always good to have in your gearbox, but it's also a good thing to carry around on a day-to-day basis anyway. You can have the mini manual, like what Mike on TechPB suggested. I don't know if he did a whole show on that. It's been too long, I can't remember. But go check it out. That he tells you a whole idea of making a smaller manual, but he wants to stick it in the grip of your gun. If you're already going to have a little toolkit, you can kind of print out a larger one with more in-depth information on it, and if you need it, diagrams and stuff. Because if you're going to get inside the grip, you're going to need an Allen key, and you're going to have the Allen keys in your toolbox, so you're already going to have your toolbox out. So that's a good thing to have along with you, is make a little mini manual in either, like what Mike said, throw it in the grip, or throw it in your little toolbox. Or you can do what I've done. And if you've got a smartphone, you can just go on over, type in your gun on the internet, and add manual to the end of the bit, and you can go download the manual. I have the whole manual for my PMR right here on my phone, and never have to worry about it. Never really needed it anyway. You should have a pair of pliers. They're, you never know when you're going to have to try to wrench something off, say something got gummed up. If you got a gun and you don't want to scar it up, having a towel, a paper towel, or just a shop towel to hold around the part while you try to wrench it off will keep you from scarring it up, and you should have some paper towels with you to help clean out any parts. Say you drop something in the dirt and it's all covered in dirt, helps you clean it all off, helps you take out extra lube. Having extra paper towels is always a good thing too, because to clean off the mask and all that other junk. Depending on how old your gear is, and you'll know this from just having the gear, wrenches are always good to have along with you. They'll, sometimes you need them. But you should have at least a full gearbox and know exactly how your gun works and how to take care of it, because the properly maintained gun is your best bet for having a reliable gun. I hope this helps some newer players and some players who are out there wondering why their gun breaks down every weekend. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully I've helped somebody out with this. I know it hadn't really done much for me, but made me feel good about it. Alright, well, thanks for watching my show. I'm going to try to keep putting more videos online. If you get the chance, subscribe. Keep an eye on it. I'll be throwing some cool stuff up. Hopefully in the next weekend or two, I will be able to get out to the paintball field. And I do have a little helmet cam I'm going to try wearing. And I'm going to be, if I'm not wearing that, I will be sitting on the sideline getting some cool video of the other guys out playing. So, thank you for watching, and have a good day.